It is a disease that 120,000 Tennesseans live with, and thousands more care for a loved one who has either Alzheimer's or dementia. News Channel 5's Jason Lamb and photojournalist Catherine Stewart tell us about a mid-state man's push for a state advisory council to help others impacted by the disease, and he's doing it by sharing his own personal story.
This meeting will come to order.
Down these corridors of power,
One of the most important branches in state government.
is where government gets down to business.
These are facts and figures.
This is where the rubber meets the road.
But Tom Piech's mission here today
Going down.
is more than business.
It is. It is very personal.
His wife, Sherry, died from Alzheimer's 2 months ago. With a nickname like Sherry Sunshine, Tom says she could brighten anyone's day.
She was the kind of a woman who could go to the grocery store line and have a long line of 10 people there, and in 2 or 3 minutes, she would have them all laughing.
It was a disease that first became apparent 10 years ago. In her final months, it had progressed so much, Sherry didn't even recognize her own grandchildren or husband.
The transition from spouse to caregiver to caretaker is one of the most difficult things I've ever done. It's just brutal.
So these days,
All right.
Tom has taken Sherry's sunshine
On behalf of my wife, Sherry. Sherry died last December. Now, my wife, she was 66 years old.
and shared it
Tom Piech.
with state lawmakers.
Hi. Tom Piech.
What are some of the things we can do now?
With the Alzheimer's Association, he's pushing for a state advisory council that could develop, in part, suggestions to help the thousands of Tennesseans who pay for Alzheimer's care for a loved one out of pocket.
We have unpaid caregivers. They need to know that they're not alone.
A long, repetitive journey.
Floor 4.
The two most predisposing factors for Alzheimer's are gender. 2/3 of Alzheimer's patients are women, and age. By 2030, one in five Tennesseans is going to be 65, age 65, 20% of our population.
Tom says he'll continue sharing his story with Sherry.
She's here.
After all, it's down these corridors of power
We will go back into session.
where Tom says
Appreciate your time.
Sherry's memory can live on.
There's more work to do, and I know I have her support.